The doctor came and she was like, okay, we're gonna take him to the NICU. And I was like, what? They're like, yes, he's gonna go on under antibiotics and he's gonna probably be there for a week. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Islia, and if you're new, hi. In this video, I'm gonna be talking about my labor and delivery story. Yep, this baby, how he came into this world. Yes. So let's go back when I was 40 weeks. Okay, so first they had given me a due date of. Wait, let's go back. Let me tell you how I found out I was preggo. So, I remember I had some, like, I don't know, I felt like some type of yeast infection. I don't know. I mean, that's common when you're pregnant, I guess. And I was like, I don't know, this feels uncomfortable. So I went to, like, the clinic at my school. Are you hungry? I think he's hungry. Hold on. So I went to the school clinic and I was like, you know, I had these symptoms, I don't know. So they did a urine test on me, and then the doctor comes and she's like, you're pregnant. It was kind of unexpected, but then I kind of was expecting it, but I wasn't really expecting it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It was just a little surprising, and like I was excited, okay? But I was also kind of like shocked.
Many months later.
The due date's approaching and I'm still not very open. Like they did like the cervical test and I was like, what, like I think my 38th or 37 week I was like 2 centimeters open. I was like, whoa, like, you know, maybe this baby might come soon or might come earlier than expected. But no, like it kept approaching and nothing was going on. Okay, so I had read or, you know, looked up about like how to help you get, you know, like open faster and stuff, and they said something about membrane sweep or something like that, where they sweep your membranes. And so I asked the doctor on my 40th week and I asked him, yeah, can you do the membrane sweep because I don't know if this baby wants to come out yet. He's like, yeah. So I put my baby down to sleep. He actually fell asleep. So a membrane sweep, I looked it up so I can let you know exactly what it is. It's a way of trying to bring on labor to avoid going to overdue. It'll be the first step that your midwife or doctor offers before other methods of induction. So what they're trying to do is separate gently like the water bag from the cervix, and that's kind of like a method to induce labor, because then your water might break or something like that. But it didn't work for me. I actually just had it done once, and yeah, I was like, but so I went on to my 40th week checkup. Yeah, so I had that done at 39 weeks. And then I went on my 40th week checkup and nothing was happening. I was already past my due date. And so I was like, he's like, okay, so we're just gonna schedule an induction. And I was like, okay. What day? Monday, Monday was like the 13th of February. So I went in for my labor day at 6 a.m. I remember I was nervous, like, oh my god, it's happening today, I'm finally meeting my baby, like, you know. And so I went in and they got me ready and everything. And then, so what they told me is like, you know, we're gonna put this like pill inside you, and that's gonna start ripping like your cervix, because I wasn't, my cervix wasn't ready for labor yet, like it was still very close. And so they're like, the nurses were like, we don't want to give you Pitocin yet, which is the medicine that will help you like increase, you know, like the contractions and, you know, get labor started. She's like, because it could be hard on you since your cervix is not ready, it's not ripe yet. And then if we give you that medicine, you know, it could take a lot longer to for the baby to come. I think they did 4 in total, 4 little pills. So basically they keep doing that pill until the next day. I think like around like in the morning, and like really early in the morning, like at 2-3 in the morning, they gave me one more pill. And they started Pitocin around 8 in the morning, I think. And once they started Pitocin, I started feeling some contractions, but they weren't that bad. Like, I was okay. I was still breathing. I was still smiling. I was still happy. I was trying to move around, and the doctor came in and checked up on me. He's like, how's it going? I was like, it's going good, yeah. He's like, okay, I'll come back and check up again. And so he came back like around 9, like an hour or 2 hours after, and he checked up again. He's like, how's it going? I'm like, it's still going okay, like, you know. So he's like, okay, I think we're gonna check your I think we're gonna have to break your water for this could go faster, because it doesn't seem to be proceeding as, you know, as we anticipated or something like that. And I was like, okay. So I had like taken some birth classes, so I knew what he was gonna do. He was gonna go in with like a little hook and then, like, you know, pop my water. So I was like, okay. And so they prepared me, and he did that. And then my water broke. And what happened was that he's like, oh, the baby pooped inside. And that's not a very good thing, because, you know, sometimes it could be like, well, when babies are overdue, it's normal sometimes for this to happen. That's why they don't like this. They don't like moms to go overdue because of this, or just other things. So he was like, yeah, it's okay. Like, he didn't really alarm me, like, you know, it's okay, like, it happens. And so what happened was that after they broke my water, I actually started feeling the pains a lot more. And I was only still 3 centimeters long. So it was like 11 in the morning, and I was like, I can't take this no more. Like the pains felt like so strong in my lower back, and I thought they were gonna be like cramping pains, but they weren't, because a lot of people say like, you know, it feels like when you're cramping, but like a lot worse, period cramps. But no, I felt them in my back. I felt like my hips were expanding, and it felt like so, like, I mean, come on, like, your body, your bones are opening up, like, it hurts. So I was just like, you know, I don't know if I should get an epidural right now. Like, I was hesitant, because a lot of the times people say, like, don't get it until you're 5 centimeters, 6 centimeters. And because then after, like, labor actually okay, so people say, even, like, I think doctors say that epidural sometimes kind of slow down labor, and it could be. I mean, I was in labor for like 13 hours from when I started feeling the contractions until like 8 p.m. So, but you know what, I don't regret it. The epidural was a lifesaver. I was able to, because I was so sleepy during my contractions. I was like, oh my god, like, a contraction would leave, and I was trying, like, I was actually drifting into sleep, and then another contraction come and hit me, and I was like, oh. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get the epidural. My family, my mom and my husband were very supporting, and even the nurses are like, it's okay, you know, you could get it now, you don't have to wait. I was like, yeah, you know, if I'm gonna get it, might as well get it now. Why even like play this game of like, I could do this when I was not, no. And so I mean, I'm not saying you're not capable of doing it, you are capable of doing it, but like, if you know you're gonna get the epidural, why not just get it early, right? And I was happy I got it. The anesthesiologist was very professional and really good at what he did. That was gonna hurt, but it didn't really hurt. Like, I mean, like, I just felt like a sting, and then that's it. Like, nothing else hurt. I'm not gonna lie, I was scared for the epidural, because of, you know, you never know, what if they hit like the spinal bone, and you could, like, I don't know, it's risky, right? I'm not gonna lie, it's scary. And so I got the epidural, and I was like, okay. So I fell asleep for like 2 hours or more, I don't know, I was just in bed. But I was also trying to, like, when I woke up and stuff, I was actually able to eat a little bit, but I wasn't that hungry. Like, I wasn't really like thinking so much about food, but I was kind of hungry. But I was also like trying to move around, try to do positions to where like my baby was still, you know, able to come down. With the birthing ball, like they would put in like my legs, or I was actually still able to feel my legs and like move them, which was good because a lot of times, sometimes you can't feel your legs, but I was. So I got on my knees and like kind of like laid on the bed, and I was trying to do like some moves to help my baby come down, you know, move my hips. I don't remember exactly what I did, but I remember doing that. So around 5:30 p.m. I started feeling the contractions again, and I started feeling how I was feeling earlier, like my hips. I felt the pressure a lot, and I was like, oh, like, you know, I kind of told the nurse, I'm like, I don't know, I feel like my baby, I already kind of feel this pressure. I'm like, I think I kind of want more epidural, but I don't know if I can. And like, you could push it, like it's okay. And I pushed it, but I was kind of hesitant because I was like, what if the baby's coming already and I don't want to not feel nothing when I push? But I did it, and it didn't work that much. I still felt the pressure a lot. So they came and checked up on me, and they're like, they didn't want to check up on me a lot because after they break your water, it's risky, you know, you could get like an infection or, you know, anything. And so they came to check me, and they were like, yeah, she's closed, like, you know. And so it was like an hour passed by, or an hour and a half. Yeah, like around 7, I started feeling like a lot of pressure. Like I started feeling like, sorry, this is TMI, but like when you're pooping and you feel that like just need to push. Well, I just went along with it. So around 8 p.m. no, around like 7:20, I was like, okay, I feel like the sensation to push. I told the nurses, and they're like, okay, let me check. And they came, and they're like, okay, I think she's ready to push, and like this is it, like you're gonna push. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it, I'm gonna do it. And I was like, oh my god, please help me. So what happened was that I put on my earphones and I put on some relaxing music while I had put this while I was like, you know, taking on this pressure that I was feeling. I think my baby just woke up. Hold on. So yeah, my baby just woke up, and let's hope I finish the story before he starts getting fussy all over again. So they're like, okay, it's time to push, and I was like, okay. And so I kind of went along. So the good thing about, even though I got the epidural, I still felt the sensations to push. So I wasn't completely numb to where I didn't know what I was doing. So every time like a contraction would come and like I felt the urge to push, I would just go along with it, and I would just push hard. And yeah, and then the doctor came. They're like, wait, like the doctor's gonna come. And so he came right on time. And they're like, okay, yeah, let's get ready and stuff. And so they're like, okay, push again. So when the doctor came, I only pushed 2 times, or 2 or 3, and the baby came out. I think it was like 2. And so I pushed really hard, really hard, and they're like, yeah, you could do it, oh my god, yeah, like we see the head. Like I was like, oh my god. And like I was trying to feel it, but like because oh my god, like I felt the burning sensation. So I don't know, they talk about like the ring of fire. I kind of felt that. I probably didn't feel it as much as I would have without the epidural, but I felt it, and it was like uncomfortable, painful. Like I was like, oh my god, like it's burning. So then I pushed him out, and then his head came out and his whole body came out. I think my husband said that he came out with like his hand like this. So he had like his hand like next to him, and like he just came all out. And when I saw him for the first time, I was like, oh my god, that's my baby. It was like such an emotional, beautiful feeling. I couldn't believe it. He was so beautiful, so chubby, and so cute. I was just like, I can't believe this is actually happening. Like, I had my baby. Yes, I had you, papas and hermosos. And so, once I had him in my arms, the doctor started stitching me, because I guess I ripped. And I felt that too. It was burning. It was like, I was like, like I was trying to focus on my baby, but then I couldn't like not focus, ignore that pain that he was, sewing me up. So then he just, I think he injected some numbing thing, and then I didn't feel nothing. And so yeah, everything was fine. My husband actually went to go get me In-N-Out because I was like hungry by then, and I was like, he's like, what do you want? I was like, I want some In-N-Out. And yes, so I ate. I was just more like, you know, it was just like a relief to have my baby already. It's just, you know, having a baby is work, and it's you're anxious, you're nervous, everything could happen, but you know. But so what happened, okay, so what happened was that I was having a fever while I was giving birth, and that was like concerning to them because, you know, I guess it's not normal. So when the baby was born, they took on his fever, and he was also a little bit, you know, he had like a little bit fever. So they were like, oh, you know, like what, maybe there's an infection or something. So they took my placenta and they did some test on it, but meanwhile they gave me some antibiotics. So I was in the hospital for about like a whole week. So I got there on Monday, and it was already Friday. It was already Thursday, or they were just waiting because they wanted to make sure the baby and I were okay. So they gave me antibiotics for the whatever infection I had or something, or maybe him, or from the infection that was probably going on while I was giving birth. So they gave me antibiotics, and they were like, well, they were kind of like checking up on the baby, like to see how he was doing. And I guess he was breathing too fast because his chest would be like, I don't know, they said it wasn't like very, you know, normal. And he also had jaundice, I forgot how you say that. So it was a Friday. I had been there since the Monday, and it was a Friday morning, and they told me like, you know, your baby's okay. Like we heard like this something in his heart, like a heart membrane or something like that. And there was just some stuff that they were just checking up on him and things, and I don't know. And so I was worried, you know. I was like hoping everything was gonna be okay. So what happened was that the doctor came, and she was like, okay, we're gonna take him to the NICU. And I was like, what? They're like, yes, he's gonna go under antibiotics, and he's gonna probably be there for a week. And I was like, what? And then where they were taking him, it was like 30 minutes away from where I live. So what happened was that they took him to do some IVs on him, and it was sad because, you know, poor little baby, like they had to poke his hands and stuff to find like the veins and do the IVs. And once they did that, they took him, and I was just very devastated. I was like, Mom, like I was crying. I was like, he's gonna go into the NICU. You know, as a new mom, you just want to be with your baby. You want to go home with your baby. And that wasn't the case for me. Like, I had to go home by myself with my family, not with my baby. And so the ambulance came to get him. And yeah, it was hard, you know, seeing him in the NICU, not having him with me at night. I was still breastfeeding. I was still not going to give up on, like, just being there for him, breastfeeding him, because I really wanted the breastfeeding to be fine and like to be okay. I didn't want, that was a goal of mine, to breastfeed him. So what I had to do was pump when I wasn't with him, and even if I was with him, like I had to pump every 2. Papas, ¿qué haces? I had to pump every 2 to 3 hours, and I did so. He's playing with his toes. You playing with your toes? Say hi, guys. Say, I'm playing with my toes, guys. So cute. He's so funny. Papas. I was still in school during this whole thing. I was still taking online classes. Yeah, I was taking online classes. I had homework. I had quizzes. And I was like, God, help me. Like, I feel so sad and so worried and so just why, like, you know, I want my baby here. But then I also was trying to look at it at the bright side, like, okay, you know what, other worse things could happen, maybe it's fine. He's being taken care of, and he actually had to go to the NICU because he had to have antibiotics for the infection, and it was going to be a course of 7 days. And I was still able to visit him, spend my day with him and nurse him and everything, except, well, at nighttime I had to be back because, you know, I mean, I could be there, but I was just back home. And it was actually fine because I was actually able to catch up on sleep. I would just visit him every day, and when he got home, like, that was the best day because he got home, and, you know, it was just gonna be a new journey for us, and, you know, start adapting with this little baby in our lives. And he was a very good baby. I mean, yeah, you were a good baby, huh? He didn't cry at all, like, I mean, only when he was hungry and stuff, and he was a good sleeper, and thank God he's good now, and he's okay, and everything's fine. And it's been 6 months since this beautiful baby came into our lives, and we couldn't be much more happier and blessed, even though he's a handful and he's starting to get a lot more active, as you could tell. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it's too long. I know it's a long story, but I hope you guys still enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to give me some thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you have not. You guys have a great day, and see you on my next video. Bye. Say bye. Say bye, guys. Thanks for watching my labor and delivery story when my mommy had me.